The cows come to the milking barn in the mornings and evenings. Mornings we milk at 6:30 a.m. and in the evenings we milk at 4:30 p.m. And so twice a day the cows will come from the goshala straight into the milking barn, and there's different stalls here, so the cows will just line up in the different stalls, and most of the cows have their favorite stalls. So sometimes we'll find that a cow will go into another stall, and some of the cows don't mind so much, they'll go into an adjacent stall, but some of them are really picky and they have their favorite stall. They'll not go into another stall. So I'll have to sometimes move the cows back out that took someone else's stall, and in this way the cows are very, very personal, and they have their favorite stalls. We of course bottle most of our milk into fluid milk in half-gallon jugs, and on occasion when there is surplus milk we'll also make some cheese. So we make different types of cheeses. We make cheddar cheese, we make pepper jack, we make Havarti, then there's also mozzarella, and of course paneer as well. We also produce yogurt as another item. So we're milking, right now we're milking 15 cows, and they're in different stages of lactation. One of the unique things about our dairy operation is that we do not breed our cows every year like the conventional industry, and generally our herd size or milking herd size will average 15 to 20 cows. So generally we never go more than 20 cows. We mainly rescue cows rather than breeding our own cows. So every year we'll rescue at least 6 cows maximum. So most times it is 3 milking cows, and we'll get 3 babies as well. So the milk we produce roughly about 420 gallons per week, and it is mainly being consumed in the surrounding temples, surrounding areas that come and pick up the milk from the farm. So in the earlier years I used to do deliveries to all of our temples in the surrounding areas, Washington DC, Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York. But nowadays, of course, the farm has become more productive. We're also growing all the feed for our cows as well. In total, we're cultivating about 100 acres of feed for the cows. Then there's also about 50 acres of pasture for grazing the herd. The complete herd size is 105 cows, and that includes the milking and the babies and dry and retired cows. Our older cows now are roughly averaging 20 years of age. Our herd is mainly brown Swiss, original breed originated in the Swiss Alps. So these cows we find very, very hardy for our climate here in Pennsylvania, and they adapt very, very well to the cold weather, or they prefer the cold weather actually much more than the hot, humid temperature. So we are growing at least 15 or 20 different varieties of vegetables on the farm for our own consumption. But of course there's so many activities going on simultaneously that growing vegetables is not only our only focus. We're also producing honey, so we have about 30 hives. We produce our own honey. We also started last year producing our own maple syrup on the farm, so now we have a sugar shack that we produce our own maple syrup. So we do still go to the store to buy some vegetables, especially during the winter months, but we're finding that gradually we're growing more and more food for our own consumption. We also have stored 5 tons of wheat, which we grind into our own flour and use for baking breads and cakes on the farm itself. So In this way, Prabhupada, really wanted us to become a self-sufficient community. In no means are we self-sufficient, but we're definitely making inroads towards Prabhupada's desire of having us grow our own food. Last year we also started to produce our own sunflower oil, so available for sale on our website is our own sunflower oil that we grew at Gita Nagari and had cold pressed into sunflower oil as well. So we only make a little ghee on the farm for deity worship. Otherwise, our milk is all sold out. We have a demand for milk that we cannot supply enough of. In fact, right now there's probably 100 people on our waiting list wanting to get Gita Nagari milk. So as far as the farm environment, of course we have Sri Sri Radha Damodar, Lalita Vishaka on our altar as presiding deities. Gaur Nitai or Sri Sri Nitai Gaurasundar is there as well. So there's so much of nice deity worship on the farm that can be done, so much of garlands to be made, so many festivals that we observe, and of course Gita Nagari has also become well known on the East Coast for hosting retreats. So we host a lot of retreats practically every weekend during the late spring, summer months, and all the way into fall. Practically every weekend there's a retreat going on. So in this way we have both devotee retreats, non-devotee retreats, and we get so much nice association on the farm. One of the things we did was we started to make friends with the local communities around here, the Amish communities. There's also a lot of Mennonite farmers. So we gradually started to make friends, and basically these farmers taught us how to farm. Of course, Srila Prabhupada had come to Gita Nagari in 1976. That was one of our big inspirations. We watched, of course, all of Prabhupada's videos, lectures, on developing Varanashram, developing farm communities, and of course Prabhupada's last desire before he left in 1977 November was to come to Gita Nagari. So Abhiram Prabhu shares those memories of Prabhupada's last request, and so all of these things culminated in giving us more inspiration. The encouragement of the senior devotees encouraging us also helped tremendously to keep us focused on developing Varanashram.